Money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all feeling like me, because y'all know once again I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for fun and games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. And with that being said, I know my rights, and oh yeah, all my rights are reserved. Now, how everybody doing? Y'all know I've been relaxed for the last couple of days because Monday was my birthday. You know, Monday was my birthday. I turned 40 years old. And all this information that we've been out here finding, and how I've been out here looking about my family and just trying to find myself. Trying to find themselves and know who they are. They want to know about their history. They want to know about just what can they do in life to be better. And now that I see that I'm 40 years old and I look back, I'm like, I was really asleep. Like a lot of people was really asleep. We were being, how can I say it? We were being watching TV. We were influenced by what we seen and by what was going on in our neighborhoods. So really, we've been asleep all this time. And now that I just turned 40 a couple of days ago, I look back and I go, you know what? I was never living the life that I actually wanted to live. I was living a life that was put in front of me by what I see everybody else doing. And now I'm mature and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be no slave. I don't want to be no follower. I'm like, I'm a leader. I'm happy. I want to be happy every day. I want to get up and just be like, I'm grown. So I had to sit back and really think about that. And it took 40 years for some people to wake up. It took some people 400 years to wake up. Some people never gonna wake up. Some people is still asleep. Some people don't even care about what's going on in their life right now. Some people get up and they worry about everything else. They worried about the club. They not worried about securing themselves, guaranteeing themselves. Once you wake up and become mature and realize what's going on, you're like, hold on, I'm supposed to be doing business and commerce. I'm mature. I need to guarantee myself. I don't need no 401k plan. I need to make my own 401k business. The Lord said that we are here, we planted seeds, we hear it's inside of us, we all have special talents. Then once we're 18, we grown up, we create businesses and flourish, create abundance. And that's what it's about. A lot of people was suppressed at a young age, watching so many different music videos and just video games. Because I love video games. When I was young, I was a fanatic for Madden, Tecmo Bowl, and just games like that. I was good. Double Dribble, Atari, Pac-Man, Street Fighter, stuff like that. That was clogging our brain. Imagine if we was on business when we were kids, and then when we were 18, we became mature and we took our, let's not say our redemption accounts, but we took our accounts back and you became grown. Now you're able to operate in commerce. Now you know what a promissory note is. Everybody's running around chasing the bag, but they don't know what's the real bag. They are the bag. They want to go get some money from somebody else that's guaranteeing them. But in the long run, when they retire from their job, most people that's retired right now, they still work because that retirement that was put up wasn't enough money. It wasn't enough set to the side for them to actually just be like, okay, this is for my house and everything. My house is paid off. Because they wasn't operating in commerce right. They wasn't taught right. If their parents was taught, then they would have been taught. So therefore, that's why it say 40 years or 400. I'm 40 years old. My kids are now getting ready to be 18. I have a 17-year-old. So now if I can teach my 17-year-old how to be grown, soon as he turned 18, boom, I'm like, here, son. Learn how to do business, operate in commerce. This is how we were supposed to be taught. This is your history. This is who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you don't have no foundation of how to stand up. You don't know how to lay the ground. You don't know how to lay the ground. Yep. That's what I'm talking about. Good information. Good information. That's why I love the people. And I goes around, I don't hold no grudges towards anybody because once you mature and you realize what was going on, you might not even know somebody else that was a part of a whole nother tribe, because frequency vibe is your tribe. Everybody was Indians, indigenous people, and everybody just came to over here America, which we were already here. And once you realize that, you'll realize that you actually own property. Go back. I was watching Dane Calloway last night. He had a nice video he had put up. And he was like, if y'all really want to know about your family history, go on National Archives. He said, because if you go to um .com or something like that, they only putting up there what they want you to know. But if you actually go on the National Archives and look up your family, look up your grandmother's birth certificate, your grandparents' birth certificate on both sides, they actually show you all the way back every death certificate that was within that family that she was born in. So you can actually trace yourself. Scientists in the building, salute scientists. 40 years, man, 40 years. I feel like I'm just now really waking up. I'm jumping off the porch, even though I jumped off the porch at a young age because I left my mom's house at a young age. I had my own apartment at young, but I didn't know how to operate in full business and commerce. A lot of people don't know how to operate in full business and commerce. So that's why it's like we just now waking up. A lot of people is just now waking up. A lot of people is still asleep. They still took the blue pill. And it don't matter. Age don't matter. Some people 80 years old and still sleep. So I said 40 or 400. I'm 40 years old. I just made 40 on the 7th. Right? But on my birth certificate, my bond date is the 19th. So your birth certificate got 2 different dates. So with that being said, you got to realize what's going on once you start operating in commerce. Yeah, I was born May 7th, but my bond date is May 19th. So therefore, I started operating in commerce on May 19th. May 19th. That was 40 years ago. 40 years ago, my parents was tricked into signing that contract, but they didn't know what they were doing because their parents didn't know what they were doing. And they were tricked, and it just kept being bled down. So now that's why it's time to wake up, and we got to teach our kids not to go through the same thing that our parents put us through on accident. By our people perished by the lack of knowledge, and from us not knowing, we all been slaves. Everybody. I don't just want to say America, but I feel like the whole world has been enslaved because everybody chasing after the wrong bag. And those that are not chasing after that bag that actually woke up, they ain't waking up everybody else. So who's really in the wrong? Who's really in the wrong? It's a choice and it's a forced. It's both, because once you ask the Lord, you ask him, you don't got to ask nobody else, because he going to show you the real, and everything else is just going to be laid out right in front of you. So is it a choice or is it force? It depends on what you're focused on. If you focused on TV, if you focused on all of the videos, if you focused on 100% sports, if you focus, you are, hey, I'm mad. Hey, I'm so mad. But like you said, we got to be humble. We got to be humble, because if we don't stay humble, we won't make it. We won't be able to make it. All right. Now, what y'all think about this? You see, I got on my Tupac shirt. They said they spotted Tupac over in Africa. He got a whole tribe over there. He got a whole tribe, because he was like, you know what? I don't want to go through America, United States commerce stuff no more. I don't exit myself out of that. And he killed off that Tupac entity and became somebody totally different over there. And that's what you have to do now that we waking up. We like, hold on. You mean to tell me my last name is not my last name? Everybody. They saying that it's gonna be like this. It don't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Hindu, Indian, whatever. It don't matter. If you don't know your nationality, like they said, they're gonna start asking people directly. All right, if you Caucasian, what part of Europe know where you from? You going to the FEMA camp. So it don't matter. It don't matter no more. Everybody was enslaved. If you don't know and you don't have no solid foundation of your name, of your roots, of your family history, then you don't know who you are. I looked on my birth certificate, y'all, right? And on my birth certificate, I'm looking, I see my mom name, I see my city, my state, I see all that stuff, but I didn't see a nationality. It puzzled me because I'm like, what the heck? My birthday is, I was born in 78. And on my birth certificate, it don't have no nationality. That made me think. If I don't know who I am on right here labeled, then they'll try to tell me I really don't know who I am. They'll tell you the same thing. Look, I want y'all to look on your birth certificate, and I want to see what y'all labeled as, because I know for a fact on mine it don't say anything. It don't say black, white, African American, indigenous, Indian. It didn't say anything. So that puzzled me right there. I know for a fact we spirits, we energy, we love, we from the creator up above. But you know, when we here, we operating as men. So they like, hold on, what's your nationality? And it's not on there. So y'all need to go back and look on your grandparents' death certificates. Go back on National Archives, and it'll show you what your parents, your grandparents was labeled on their birth certificates. And that's how you have a solid foundation. Y'all got me fumbling my words. You from England? Salute. I like the way y'all talk out there. I like y'all accent. I like y'all accent. I know a lot of people from England. One of my homies, Reality Shaker. Shout outs to Reality Shaker, y'all. He from England. But yeah, you gotta actually know where you from, so y'all can go on the National Archives and pull up all of them records of y'all family members. Start with your dad, then go to his dad, go to his, and keep going all the way back to where you can actually see what they was labeled on their birth certificates, on their death certificates, everything like that. Because I know as of 1978, which is my birthday, it's no nationality on there. It don't say anything. But yet, when we go do a driver's license or something like that, any kind of identification card, anything like that, they want us to check. They want everybody to check a mark saying African American, which if that's not on our birth certificate, how can we be African American? You lied. They lied to us. So you got to actually take charge and go back and search for yourself. Like I did. I started looking back for myself. Yeah, I thought about going to get the mouth swab and doing all that. But then if you really think about it, you just giving them access to clone you. Give them some of your DNA. Give them some of your DNA and see what happened to you. You out there putting good information out there, they're going to X you out and put your clone up there. Right? So the best thing to do is go back to your family. Go back through the National Archives. If your grandparents are still living, start asking. If you got elderly cousins and aunties that are still living, start talking to them. Get your cousins' numbers. So start communicating with the rest of your family. And if you communicate with the rest of your family, you'll actually know your history, and you don't have to get a mouth swab. You don't have to get cloned, to get anything like that and put yourself in jeopardy of being told a lie. I always said this: numbers don't lie, people do. Numbers don't lie, people do. So if you go on National Archives and you looking up your grandparents' birth certificates and you find it, then you go back, you see how far they go back, you keep finding their parents and their parents and their parents. You know who they are because it's marked on there. It's marked on there, and it'll always take you back to the indigenous people. Indigenous. Like, they try to say that in Africa it was only dark people. No, it's not. It's not. How am I this light? My father is dark. When I say my father is dark, my father is dark. But yet I came out light-skinned, red hair with freckles. You know? Hair like wool, bronze skin, you know? And I'm out here. Look totally different from my dad. You know? When we look at other people over there in Africa, we look at them and we put them down because we like, hey, we don't look like y'all. And they look at us over here and they like, we don't look like y'all. If we ask them about slavery, they'll say they don't know anything about it because it didn't happen to them. It happened to us that was right here. And we always been here in this continent, on this part of the globe. And what happened was they wiped away our history and gave us other last names. And when they did that, we forgot who we were because of so many years of being pushed away. This is our land. This is supposed to be everything that right here that we're standing on was lended out to them on treaties by our own people that was already here. We were plowing this land. How could somebody come here to this land and already know how to farm, already know how to grow, already know how to survive in a place that they are not from? So we're not foreigners. How do we know the land mass so well? How was America built on the people if the people wasn't already here that know how to take care of the land? That's why it's free. Once you find out who you are, that's why I said 40 years. 40 years. 40 years. And I'm still here. Most people that come from Oakland, most of my friends, they didn't make it past 18. They didn't make it past 18. So for me to be 40, that was a whole lot. A whole lot of accomplishments. I learned a whole lot of life lessons. So it's up to me to teach back and start waking other people up. Like, hey, you know right from wrong. And if you know right from wrong, and you know, don't go out there and hurt people, because if you hurt people, it come back. But you always have the right to defend yourself, because revenge is the sweetest joy next to getting what? He said it the best. He said it the best. Now, this is our stuff. This is our land. So why are we paying for it? We shouldn't have to pay twice. Actually, we shouldn't have to pay at all because we lended it out. I was watching another video. I ain't gonna say her name on there, but she was talking about the Capitis Maximus, right? And they was like, that don't have nothing to do with your all caps or anything like that. But if anybody know what Capitis Maximus mean, then that was meaning the head, right? The Lord said he's making us back the head and not the tail. So I looked at her video and was like, she missed the whole message. She put it as a diss video. I took it as, okay, she don't even realize the message came through her. She might have tried to put it out there bad, but it came across good to me because I had a full understanding of the message. Talking about your all caps don't have nothing to do with you. Okay, well, you the head. Go back to being the head and not the tail. Be the lender, not the borrower. Remember that. Your signature is what create currency. Is what creates the money. Is what creates all of everything. Everything came from a thought. Hey. All right, everybody. I got my little baby. She just came out here chilling. But I'll talk to y'all in a minute. I just wanted y'all to just get out of y'all situations, have a whole paradigm shift, change your thinking, change the way you see the world, and just live right. Start living right. The man upstairs always first. Put him first, and everything else will come for free. Because remember, man made laws, but who made man? Exactly. Go to him first. You know that. Go to him first. And any laws can't do anything to you because you made the laws. Public servants. Public servants. And you got to start knowing that we out here, we kings and queens. This our land. Time is now, 2018. If we're going to keep waiting, then you're going to keep being asleep. No reason to be asleep, people. No reason to be afraid. Kanye West just jumped off the porch right now. Kanye just jumped off the porch right now, y'all. He didn't care about all of his followers. He didn't care about the fame, the money. He said, you know what? I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak the real. I'm going to tell the world exactly what's going on. We all still being suppressed. We all still being slaved for money. I want to work for free. I work for the Lord. If you work for free, then everything else is there. Houses, cars, anything like that. He said he'll give it to you. Huey, what's good with you, family? He said, you believe in the Lord first, everything else is there for free. And now that I see in these journeys, it is. It is, because he give you an insight. Hey, he give you an insight when it coming to, all right, imagine this. You go into the bank. You got no money in your bank account, but you know you need some food. The Lord know you need some food. So why can you go in there and still get you some money out? Because of your faith. And that's what it's about, y'all. It's about standing up for what's right. And remember, this is our land. Now that we know that it's our land, all of the real men got to stand up. We got to stop being... I don't want to... Yeah, I say it like how they said it. I've been watching my other homies on their videos. We got to stop being some little punk-ass little pussies, and we got to stand up. We got to stand up. How are we going to let somebody take our land? How are we going to let somebody take our freedom? How are we going to let somebody just... Are you going to let somebody come? If you over there eating at a lunch table, you going to let somebody come and take your cornbread? We all watched that movie Life. Now we live in it. And then you think about it, you like, hold on. They just stole my cornbread. They stole my cornbread. Man, why you think a lot of the old... They don't even want to give the game to us. A lot of old people, they don't want to give the game because they saying that these new youngsters is not listening. Right? They saying we not listening. They saying we too worried about dancing and music videos and stuff like that. We need to be worried about our kids, about our people, about our community, about our friends around us. Because if nobody can eat, then everybody die, everybody suffer. So therefore now everybody is going against everybody because you need something to eat. You ain't got no food in your refrigerator and your neighbor over there got heck of food, but they not even friendly like that. And then you got some more friends around the other corner and they ain't got no food. Imagine what's going to happen to the one with the food. The ones without the food is going to all come together and they going to all gang up on the ones with the food, right? So why not just teach everybody how to eat? Bless you, nephew. Everybody got to eat. Now, once everybody got to eat, well, not once everybody got to eat, but once everybody eating, you ain't got to worry about nobody trying to harm each other. You ain't got to worry about looking for nowhere to live. You ain't got to worry about no homeless. I was driving up Arden the other day, and I seen about 10 police cars, and they were all pulled over on the side. And I was like, what's going on? They were at a homeless camp. They was at a homeless camp on the side of the levee, right there on Arden. And they were kicking all these homeless people out from on side of the levee. And I'm thinking to myself, they don't already have a place to go. So where are you finna to put them? What are you finna to do with these homeless people? Why are you even bothering them? Just because they don't want to live the way you want them to live, so you gonna go over there to where they at and disturb them? It's not right. So that's what happened with us over here. Yeah, throw that over there, mama. That's what happened with us over here. Imagine this. Some foreigners came over here while we was already over here chilling in the water, on the beaches, having kids, growing crops. Came over here with some new material, different language. Now we don't even know our own language. Taught us a totally different way and told us that that was right. And now look what happened. Everybody's suffering because they were wiped away from what they originally knew. But whose fault is that? You know, most people only stressed out and worried because they need some material things that really doesn't even mean anything to them. Everybody didn't have nice cars, 22s, 24s, big houses, flat screen TVs, cell phones. Remember when cell phones was flips? Remember when there was no cell phones and people only had pagers? Before there was pagers, remember when they had the little pay phones where you had to run to the pay phone and hurry up and call your mom because you got to make it home before before the sun go down and the street lights come on? You have to hurry up and make it home or call. Let her know you was on your way. Right? And now look at this. 40 years, y'all. 40 years.